I was up late last night catching up on work, but I'm also behind on some of the episodes that I gotta watch. I'm behind on Attack on Titan. I'm behind on my Dress Up Darling. I just barely started watching Full Metal Alchemist, and so that's the one that I've been focused on lately. And I'm about 3 episodes behind on In the Land of Leadale. So I'm gonna get my camera and stuff going, brighten up my face, and I think we're gonna watch episode 4, and I'm gonna try to do episode 5 today as well, and then hopefully I'll almost be caught up. I'll just be 2 episodes behind. So let's go. Okay, we're back with the dwarf son, who some people in the comments have told me might be adopted. Ah, so Cayna is the master of the sacred ruins. Yeah, some people in the comments I remember that I've been chatting with have told me, based on the novels, that she is like overpowered. Like she's not just a strong like mage, that she is like top tier, top ranked, and that's what her kids are confirming right now. They're like, oh, we're just average mages compared to her, and they're super respected by the humans in this world. So it's she's like god status. I'm like way into the music in this. Like sometimes when I wake up in the morning, this is on my playlist to get me up and going. This song, the intro to Dexter on Showtime, and the intro to True Detective from HBO. Let me pause it here real quick. In my very first reaction video to episode 1, where I was, first starting to understand the story, I mentioned that, she was paralyzed in the real world, and how in this world, she was able to walk, she was able to feel, everything felt real to her, right? She was able to taste food. She had real emotions, real contact with people, even though it was in like a game server, supposedly. I thought, well, to some people that might be a better way of living, right? If
they come here every day to sleep.
No, they come to be woken up. The dream has become the reality. Who are you to say otherwise?
If in the real world you're deprived of a lot of these things, but somehow, in a virtual world, if your mind makes you believe it's real, right, then who's to say it's not real? And who's to say that those aren't real emotions and real feelings and real satisfaction that you feel? But now that I'm starting to understand that not only is, this real to her, but she's also like an overpowered godlike being in this world, I feel like, it makes it even more reason for me to want to live in somewhere like this. Like it seems really cool to not only build interactions in this world, but also to be like the most overpowered thing, so you don't really have to fear for anything. Nothing can really touch you, but you still get to enjoy some of the things out of it. All right, back to the show. It happens to the best of us. Ah, so the background is called Rose Scatter. That background that you see behind him. Another like forbidden potion, probably. They're all pretty much afraid of her, as humans are of like a potential real Superman in the real world. Essentially, if Superman was real, you would hope that he's on your side, and I feel like that's what they're hoping for, that she's good. Because if she was evil, or if she ever got angry, then it would be like their biggest fear, right? They wouldn't be able to stop her. Speaking of angry. The scatter. What was Rose Scatter? Essence Scatter? He said that he feels it'd be a waste of time worrying about her for that same reason, that she's so godlike in powers that it's like, I don't even know why we're worrying about you coming back or not. Ah, so I assume we're gonna meet more friends or more family members of hers that she doesn't know yet. Oh. They really killed off a horse. So far, this has been like a pretty happy land. She's gonna summon a horse to life? Oh, Cerber Wolf. Lil P. They caught Lil P. Alright, we might actually see our first big battle with her and someone else. Okay, but you know this guy here, though, has a staff. There's no way he's not some sort of mad mage. Wait, maybe I missed something. Did she say that this is like a real player? Like this? I'm gonna have to rewind it real quick. I missed something in the dialogue here. Either she's saying that this is a real player, or she's realizing this is a real world. I need to go back. Wait, what? Dang, he skewered them. I am Heigl of the proud warrior tribe of centaurs. Oh, so I think she's realizing that the centaur has a real name, meaning like she just kind of summons them as she pleases, but these are actual like warriors or actual people, not in the real world sense, but even in this world, like they are a somebody. They're not just an NPC, right? Computer generated player or character. They're actually someone within the world. In this case, the centaur has an actual name and is well known among the centaur people. I think that's what she's realizing, that it's not just like a game anymore. She's like Saitama, just like nothing can harm her. Oh, she's about to go Legolas on him. It's like the first real action scene we've seen in the show, like 4 episodes in. So she's using some like overpowered weapon that is used against the demon lord, against like a common maybe mage. But yeah, but now she's gonna feel the regret of these are actual people, even if it's a fantasy world. Right, it's one thing when you're like online playing games with your buddies and you're just, killing off computer, enemies or something. I think it's another thing in her case when her mind is stuck in the game and she's having to do this to characters or people in the game, that to her it's her real world now, right? It's not just I can log in whenever I want and log off. She's hurting here. It's just a standard weapon. It's not a legendary weapon. Yeah, so that's exactly what she's realizing, is it's unlike the game, which this isn't really a game anymore. There's no coming back for these characters. Like, even though they were bad guys, there's no coming back for them they will never exist in that world anymore. Which kind of, it ups the stakes, because when she first woke up in the world, if you're still under the assumption that it's a game, then things respawn or they get generated randomly in different parts of the world. But in her case, she's saying if something were to like seriously happen to anyone now that I know, or even people that I don't know, there's no coming back from that anymore. So it's her reality right now. That's probably been my favorite episode of the 4 so far, just because it's the first one we actually get to see action, and it's the first time since the first episode anyway that she's experiencing like real emotion. Like in the first episode, she experiences a sense of being alive, of being happy, of being in this world that she knows, and in this episode, she kind of senses that, but in a different way, because now she's realizing the reality of her situation and the consequences of her actions, or the actions of anyone around them. That it's not just a game anymore. Like she said, this is my reality now, and she has to treat it as such. So I think episode 5, we're going to run into that town that she's going towards, and then run into the people that she's supposed to deliver the letter to, which I assume are people that know her. So either friends or relatives, or maybe other players, even though I'm starting to feel that there are no other human players in this world. So it is people that she's familiar with. So I'm going to try to crank out episode 5 right now and hopefully get caught up by next week.